All right, so today we're jumping into something really interesting. It's this personal story I found online, and it's about so much more than just getting a new hairstyle. It's really about endurance, about transformation, and this idea of legacy.
And the title? I mean, it just grabs you, right? I got braids for the first time. Nobody warned me about this. It just perfectly sets the stage. You know right away this isn't going to be a simple story. It's not just a choice someone made. It's a challenge they went through.
And that really brings us to the core question here. What does it actually take to survive the chair? See, it's not about beauty. It's framed as like this intense test of endurance, almost like a video game with different levels you have to beat to get to the end.
So let's get into it. The first pull. The whole journey kicks off with just one single sharp part. That's where it all begins.
The writer does such a great job of putting you right there in the chair. You sit down and the salon has this distinct smell, right? It's shea butter and something else, something burning. It's that first moment where you realize, okay, this is real. This is the start of a long, long day. And of course, what's the first thing you think? I can handle this. We've all been there, right? That little voice of confidence at the beginning of something tough, the first pull, it's not really pain, it's just pressure. And you're sitting there thinking, yeah, I got this. Level 1, you know? Always feels easy. But then comes this one critical moment. A single exchange with the stylist. She asks you this really simple question. You want them to last, right? And suddenly, it's not just about a hairstyle anymore. It's a question about how much you're willing to commit.
And oh, you shouldn't have nodded, because that little nod, it's like signing a contract. It completely seals your fate for the next several hours. Every nod costs you something, and you're about to find out exactly what that price is. Okay, so this is where the tone just completely shifts. We're now at the point of no return. This is when your scalp basically declares war on your skull. All that initial confidence, yeah, that's gone. Now it's just the reality of the pain and the sinking feeling that you can't turn back. This timeline just lays it all out so perfectly, because the pain isn't just one note. It changes, it evolves. At hour 1, your scalp is just kind of talking to you. By hour 3, you've gone completely silent. You're just trying to survive. And I love this part about hour 6. Almost there isn't a place, it's a mindset. It's what you have to tell yourself to keep going.
And the writer talks about this very specific kind of pain. It's not the kind that makes you cry out loud. No, it's the kind that makes you go completely quiet. It's this deep internal battle. It's not about the physical reaction. It's a whole psychological state you enter.
And in that quiet, you start to discover some things. You went in expecting a new hairstyle. What you found was, well, that maybe your pain tolerance wasn't as high as you thought. You thought it'd be a little uncomfortable. But instead you discover nerve endings you didn't even know existed. That old saying, beauty is pain? Yeah, it stops being a cliché. It feels like it was invented right there, in that chair.
Then comes this big realization. You cannot leave. You're committed, fully. You're not trapped by the stylist or the salon. You're trapped by your own decision. I mean, you can't just walk out with half a head of braids, right? You have to see this through to the end. You are in it now. So all this pain and endurance, it's all been building up to this one moment, the mirror moment. We're finally getting to the reason you put yourself through all of this in the first place, the big reveal. But right before we get to the mirror, there's another shift. The writer realizes this isn't just about her. It's not vanity, it's legacy. This whole ordeal is a ritual that's been passed down from her mother, her grandmother, enduring something difficult to come out transformed on the other side. The pain suddenly has this deeper meaning.
And here we go. Level 8, the mirror. This is it, the final boss. Everything, all the hours of pain, the silence, the realizations, it has all led up to this single moment.
She spins the chair. It's such a simple little action, right? But it is loaded with so much anticipation. I mean, the whole story is hanging on this one little spin.
And this is the payoff. You look in the mirror and you meet someone you feel like you've always known, but you've never actually been introduced to. It's not just a new hairstyle. You see a sharper version of yourself, someone who looks like they made a tough choice and came out the other side. It's both disorienting and familiar all at the same time. But wait, it's not over. The transformation isn't done just because you saw yourself in the mirror. Now you get the instructions. It's a crown, but it comes with responsibilities. You got to take care of them at night, sleep with a bonnet, don't get them wet for the first week. You don't just get the crown, you have to care for it.
And that brings us to the next phase, wearing the crown. Because the final test, well, it doesn't even happen in the chair. The journey continues long after you've paid and walked out the door.
So that first night is by far the hardest. Your pillow literally feels like a block of concrete. It's like your scalp is staging one final protest. The tightness organizes itself into this last challenge. You can't get comfortable. Sleep feels totally impossible. It's the last hurdle you have to clear.
But here's the thing. In that moment when you feel totally alone in your suffering, you realize you're not. You are never alone in this. The story talks about how millions of women before you have laid awake with this exact same feeling. You're suddenly part of this huge, unspoken community, all connected by this one shared experience.
And that's how the cycle continues. 6 weeks go by and you're right back in that chair. But this time is different. You're not a rookie anymore. You're a veteran. You know what to expect. You know about the tension, about edge care, about the patience it's going to take. You've been through the levels, and now you're ready for whatever comes next.
And the whole thing leaves us with this one really powerful thought. Everything worth having starts with the first pull. It just reframes the entire experience, doesn't it? The idea that transformation, legacy, beauty, all the good stuff, it's all earned. And it all starts with that one single moment of pressure and commitment.